the performing miracle executive governor of Bayelsa State. Of course, exchanging pleasantries with the labor leaders, the speaker, the deputy speaker, members of the State House of Assembly, who are already formed up. Charles Daniel Ayibanengefa, and now to the head of service, Commissioner for Sports, the chairman, Civil Service Commission, the chairman, Ekremo, chairman Yanagua, chairman Kolokuma Pokuma, and of course, leadership of different unions and associations affiliated to the NLC and the TUC, all are having a handshake. Exchange of pleasantries. A man of love, a man of peace. A man who exudes friendship and love at all times. Always good looking and always smiling. He's not just looking good in the face, he's also good in the heart. And extends that goodness to people around him, and of course to the generality of the people of Bayelsa State and the John Nation. So after taking the handshakes, please, you can move to your different canopies, and we can also begin to form up for the march pass. The leaderships of the different unions and associations should begin to arrange themselves to line up preparatory to the march pass. Photographers and cameramen, as always, trying to capture every moment of this session, the arrival and exchange of pleasantries with the leaderships, unions and associations. And of course, doing same with top government functionaries in VIP box. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we now rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? The national anthem, please, by the band. song that will be rendered by Comrade Emiebo.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one makes us strong. Solidarity. We are saying solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never thought to earn. But without our brains and muscles, not a single we can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity. Forever. We are saying solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than the hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
We are women of the union, but we sure know how to fight. We will fight for women issues. We will fight for women rights. We are prepared to stand for freedom. We are prepared to stand alright. Women make the union strong.
Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Victory, there is victory. For victory, there is victory. For in the struggle for our members, there is victory. For forward, forward, ever, backward, never. In the struggle for our members, there is victory. Soweto,
Africa,
Africa,
Soleto,
Aluta,
Continua,
Victoria,
Sata,
Amanda,
Awetu,
Greta, Yasawaka,
the people united can never be defeated.
Thank you.
Please remain standing as we take the opening prayer by Comrade Sonia and Blackbo.
In Jesus' name. Father, we thank you for this day. Lord, it has been ordained before it began. Abba, Father, we give you praise for the Workers' Day. We thank you for our worker-friendly governor. We thank you for our miracle governor. We thank you, oh God, for our workers. Lord, as we celebrate this day, oh God, may we find favor before our employers in the name of Jesus. And Lord, give them the political will to follow through. Thank you, Abba, Father. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. name. Amen.
Shall we please be seated?
Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Diri, the worker-friendly miracle governor of Bayelsa State, the Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Abraham Ngobere. May I recognize the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, my Lord the Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemiaye. I'd also like to recognize the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, the Honorable Justice Daniel Aya. The Deputy Speaker, Honorable Michael Ogbere. May I at this point recognize honorable members of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly here. I would like to recognize honorable commissioners of the State Executive Council, the head of the Civil Service, Barrister Mrs. Biobelamoye Charles Onyema. May I recognize the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, the National Financial Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, the member of the Board of Trustees. May I also recognize the chairman of the Civil Service Commission, the Chief of Staff Government House, the Deputy Chief of Staff, and the Deputy Chief of Staff Deputy Governor's Office, the Chairman Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Majesty King Bobraye Dakolo. May I also recognize caucus chairman, the local government chairman and vice chairman here, the State Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party and traditional rulers here. I'd also like to recognize permanent secretaries of the State Civil Service, heads of agencies, board, parastatals, and agencies of government, the chairman of various unions and affiliate unions and the members, other top government functionaries, service commanders who are here in their numbers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, great workers of Bayelsa State, great workers of Bayelsa State, you're all welcome to the 2024 International Workers' Day celebration holding here at the Peace Park in Yanagwa. Your Excellency, since you came into office, the workers have had cause to celebrate each Workers' Day because you have not just given promises for each of those celebrations, but you have backed it with action. Your Excellency, we have here the hard-working workers of Bayelsa State. Please, a round of applause for His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State. Let the applause be better. Thank you. Your Excellency, shortly we'll be inviting the various unions to take formation as they will be marching past. We would like the various unions at this point, the leaders of the various unions, please take formation as we prepare for the march past.
Let's quickly take our positions preparatory to the march past. We can do it better and faster. Quickly take your positions preparatory to the march past.
And please, even though we know several unions might have unique presentations during their march past, we'll appeal to you to make it as fast as possible. Let the march past be very, very fast. Please, no slow march. If you had planned slow march, please change it. For those who have planned to dance, please, you can dance fast while you are passing. Thank you.
Once again, please, you are expected to quickly form up. Quickly form up, take your positions preparatory to the march past. Let's do it as fast as possible. My co-MC has told us you may have your different styles, but for the sake of time and the weather, we appeal to you to make it faster and more seamless.
We'll also like to appeal to you that as you are marching, make sure your banner is very visible. Do not put your banner together, expand your banner so ABRV and I and Julius Yananyu can see and recognize your union. If we don't see it, we won't mention it. Thank you.
Nana win the Mukai Bakri Mac to put a paper hour and mamba. You have a lot of ramen and minimum of the racket.
I want to believe the Boys Brigade Band is ready. I want to believe you are ready. Shortly, of course, we'll commence the march past process. All right. Thank you. At this point, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite our leader, our governor, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Diri, to proceed to the saluting days, to take the salute for the May Day Celebration 2024 March Past. Shall we please put down together for him as he proceeds to take his position on the saluting days? Okay, I've just been told that it's actually the Shepherd's Band and not the Boys Brigade Band. It's the Shepherd's Band.
Then they from the back. Ebi, why don't you go like this? Come out.
Leading the way, of course, is the Nigerian Union of Allied Health Professionals, Bayelsa State Council, an affiliate of the Trade Union Congress. Sky blue tops and navy blue trousers. Of course, some with other colors. They march past the saluting days. The Nigerian Union of Allied Health Professionals. And the next is the Senior Staff Association. Aluta continue Happy Workers' Day celebration 2024. Elegantly dressed. Dominated, of course, by the ladies. They do it their own special way. Eyes right to the direction of the saluting days. The National Union of Road Transport Workers, Bayelsa State Council. You can see the commander of the group in front with the steering, with the gear. He drops the steering and, of course, salutes His Excellency the Governor, well attired with the green beret, the white top, the green trousers, white canvas shoes. Thank you very much. You may march past now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. He's looking for his steering and he has picked it up. And of course, he wears the seat belt, he starts the car and moves.
Thank you so much, National Union of Road Transport Workers. Following the National Union of Road Transport Workers is the National Association of Academic Technologists. Brown tops, fully dominated by the ladies. Warm celebration of the Workers' Day. National Association of Academic Technologists, Niger Delta University branch. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Behind the technologists is the National Association of Community Health Practitioners of Nigeria, Bayelsa State chapters. Blue top on black. Thank you so much. Thank you, marching swiftly. Thank you so much. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Niger Delta University, NDU branch. Thank you so much on green tops, green caps. Thank you for that swift march. Thank you. Behind
the Nigeria Union of Journalists, the pen pushers. Here they come, truth and justice. And the leader of the group with a large pen, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. The weather is not too friendly. We would like to appeal to us to cut short some of these ceremonies and concentrate on the march past. Thank you, NUJ, Bayelsa State Council. The pen is mightier than the sword. You can see them all raising their pens high as they march past the saluting days.
Behind NUJ is the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, the Seamen, Bayelsa District, the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. The Seamen are boat drivers, the National Inland Waterways, and water transporters. They are wearing life vests to signify safety in our waterways. Thank you so much, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. And they've done a beautiful presentation of a life jacket to His Excellency, the performing miracle walking Governor of Bayelsa State. Thank you so much, Maritime Workers. Let's be swift. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Following closely is the Tricycle Workers Association, or Owners, Tricycle Owners Association of Nigeria. In case you don't know, they are the Keke owners, affiliate of the Trade Union Congress, Motor Service to the Nation. The owners are all of all the Kekes in Bayelsa State. the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NULGE. Unity is the pride of labor. The leader, right in front of the saluting days, want to appeal to please cut short all these extra activities. The weather is not too friendly.
Thank you so much.
Can we march past now? Thank you,
Nolge,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nolge. Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you,
Please
thank you, thank you.
Celebrate Nolge. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nolge.
Thank you.
Full attire, beautiful attire. Thank you so much. Nolge, thank you so much.
The Fitters Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Fitting Professions, is a symbol of perfection, an affiliate of the Nigeria Labour Congress Bayelsa State Chapter. The motto is Labour Creates Wealth. Let's please appreciate them. They have done it so briskly and quickly.
Behind the fitters is the Indigenous Paint Producers, Painters and Allied Workers Association of Nigeria, an affiliate of the Trade Union Congress. Motto, beauty and prosperity. Thank you so much, Indigenous Painters. Thank you so much.
And next is the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association, Pengasin, Bayelsa State Chapter. We don't have all the time. Just cut it short. Thank you very much. Elegantly dressed. All men. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Federal Inland Revenue Service Unit, Bayelsa State. Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Coming
Thank you so much.
Closely behind is the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Bayelsa State Branch, an affiliate of the Trade Union Congress. Happy Workers' Day celebration, solidarity forever. White top on black. Congratulations. Smartly they march past the saluting days.
Thank you. Beautiful. Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Bayelsa Branch, the federal workers in the states. The Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Federal Workers, Bayelsa Chapter. Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful.
Next, the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, Bayelsa State Council, made a celebration. An injury to one is an injury to all. Boldly written on their banner. As they smartly march past the saluting days.
NASU, thank you. Following NASU is the Amalgamated Union of Public Service Corporations.
Hello? What? No nonsense! No nonsense! Face the governor. Do it! What? What? What?
Thank you.
Number
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
These are junior Bruce Lees. Bruce Lees in the making. Bayelsa is going places. You can see the flexibility. Very flexible.
Thank
and
you.
it takes him out.
Amalgamated Union of Public Service Corporation, Technical
Thank you. You may march
and
past now.
Recreational Service Employees. This is recreational. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
They are mainly staff of the Sports Council, athletes. They are the ones who have been making us proud, sports-wise, at national and international levels. elegantly dressed, they march past the saluting days. And coming directly behind them, I think is the radio, television, and theater art workers union, Ratau. I don't need to be told. Staff of the Council for Arts and Culture, displaying our rich traditional culture, elegantly dressed, the king and his lovely queen, and the masquerades follow behind with beautiful dance steps. But I'd like to appeal to you to make it very, very fast because we don't have all the time. As you can see, the weather is threatening. We need to hurry up before the rains begin to come down. I can see some staff of our broadcast stations. Can you move on now? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's put hands together for them.
Thank you, Ratau. Behind Ratau is Nigeria Union of Public Servants, Reportorial, Secretarial, Data Processors, and Allied Workers by ELSA Council, promoting efficient service delivery. Reportorials, Secretarial, Data Processors, and Allied Workers. Thank you so much. Thank you. These are the computer operators. Thank you so much.
Next is the National Union of Printing, Publishing, and Paper Products Workers. Moto, Labor, our corporation, and the progress. Thank you very much. Majority of them are staff of the Newspaper Corporation of Bayelsa State. Happily, elegantly dressed in khaki tops. They make their way past the saluting days.
Next is the Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria. Medical and Health Workers Union, an affiliate of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Health, productivity, and progress. Thank you so much, Medical and Health Workers Union. Beautiful, beautiful. Smartly dressed. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next is the Nigeria Civil Service Union, Bayelsa State Council, an affiliate of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Service for Progress. Light blue tops, black skirts and trousers down.
Was founded in 1912, one of the oldest trade unions in Nigeria.
National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Bayelsa State Council, motto dedication to service. Of course, with a stethoscope, displaying how they perform their duties, briskly, beautifully, they now march past the saluting days. And of course, our leader, His Excellency, beaming with smiles as he takes the salute.
Next is the Nigeria Union of Agriculture and Allied Employees, Bayelsa Council. It is an affiliate of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Motto is agriculture, mankind, heritage. They're wearing green, depicting agriculture, depicting wealth, depicting prosperity. Thank you so much, Agriculture Workers Union. Thank you so much.
The Nigeria Union of Teachers, Bayelsa State, made a celebration, service, and justice. Our teachers, the ones that laid the foundation for whatever we are today. We used to be told that their reward is in heaven, but we have been praying and praying that their reward will be both in heaven and of course on earth. And I think our prayers are beginning to be answered.
Thank you, Nigerian Welders and Fitters Union Bayelsa Chapter, an affiliate of Nigeria Labour Congress.
The Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, Passan Bayelsa State Chapter, great Passan, service for democracy. I can see the news bearer and of course the speaker. He comes ahead of the news bearer and the gavel. And the eyes have it. The gavel is struck.
Thank you.
Those against the same way. Those against the support say aye. And the eyes have it. Let's put hands together for them.
Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Next is the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, an affiliate of the Trade Union Congress, celebrating worker His Excellency Senator Diri, Governor of Bayelsa State. Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria. Sporting yellow. Beautiful, beautiful. Elegant. Thank
They
you.
are very visible around Cumbia roundabout. If you go to Cumbia roundabout most times in the mornings, you see them very active. Next, the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools of Nigeria, ASUS, Bayelsa State Chapter, an affiliate of the Trade Union Congress, TUC. Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools of Nigeria.
Thank you. You're beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful. Next is the Senior Staff Union in Colleges of Education, Nigeria. Isaac Jasper Borough College of Education, Sagbama Chapter. Thank you so much. Senior Staff Union in Colleges of Education, Nigeria.
This is Construction Giant Cetraco Nigeria Limited. One of the companies handling most of our big ticket projects in Bayelsa State.
Next is the Law Officers Association of Nigeria, one of the newest union. Law Officers Association of Nigeria, Bayelsa State Chapter. Thank you very much, members of the legal profession. Thank you.
Senior
Thank
Staff
you.
Association of Statutory Corporations and Government-Owned Companies Association. I'm sure this is the first time they are participating in the May Day. Congratulations.
Following, next is the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN. Together we build. It is an affiliate of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Great JUSUN. Great JUSUN Justice. Thank you. Thank you, JUSUN. Thank you, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Next is the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies, Bayelsa State Council Workers Day Celebration. Viva SAEC, Viva Labor.
The Senior Citizen National Union of Pensioners, Bayelsa Council. Rest is sweet after labor. These are the senior citizens that have labored, most of them 35 years of their entire life in service. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you, our senior citizens. Thank you
very much.
I'm proud to say that AB and I are part of that constituency.
Exactly. We
We
are.
are also senior citizens. Thank you so much.
National Union of Electricity Employees, Bayelsa State, the struggle continues. I'm sure it's the first time they are participating in the media activities.
The State Women Committee of the Nigeria Labour Congress Bayelsa Chapter. State Women Committee. Beautiful uniform, mixed, green, blue, brown. All the women of the Nigeria Labour Congress. Congratulations. our
Women of different colors, shapes, and sizes.
Exactly. Thank you.
The Trade Union Congress, Women Commission Bayelsa State Chapter celebrates May Day. I'm sure this is their first outing.
I think
This is
so,
their first
yes.
outing. Congratulations. And of course, like their NLC counterparts, you can see their shapes, the sizes, and of course, the colors as well. Let's please
Different
put hands
colours.
together for
Thank you
them.
so much. Thank you, Women Commission, TUC.
And coming behind now is the Shepherd's Band. This is the Shepherd's Band, led by Alpheus. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Shall we
you.
please put hands together for His Excellency, distinguished Senator Diri, the Miracle Executive Governor of Bayelsa State. Having taken the salute, he's now moving back to the VIP box of the Peace Park. My colleague Taribio watching away far while I will be taking the next item on the program.
Once again, congratulations to the workers in Bayelsa State and all the unions that have participated for this year's Workers' Day celebration. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're moving now straight to the joint address by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. We would like the chairman to please step forward, that of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Bayelsa State Council, Barnabas Simeon, Comrade Barnabas Simeon, and that of the TUC, Comrade Laye Julius, PhD.
Your Excellency, Senator Diri, Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, Your Excellency, Senator Lawrence O. Erujuapo, Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State in absentia, Right Honorable Abraham Ngobere, Speaker, Bayelsa State, House of Assembly, His Lordship Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemieye, Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, President, Customary Court of Appeal, Bayelsa State, Justice Daniel Aya, Head Secretary to State Government, Professor Nimbofa Ayawe, Head of Service, Bayelsa State, Mrs. Biblamaye Charles Oyema Emanai, Chief of Staff, Bayelsa State, Honorable Peter Akpe, Honorable members of the State House of Assembly, all special advisors to the governor, other top government functionaries, members of the State Executive Council of NLC TUC, members of the Fourth Estate of the REM, members, fellow comrades, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. A joint address presented by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, Bayelsa State Councils, on the occasion of the 21st Fourth Workers' Day celebration at the Peace Park, Yenagoa, on the 1st of May, 2024. We are most grateful to the Almighty God who has made this celebration of 2024 Workers' Day a possibility. Several other persons desired to witness this day, but not privileged to be here. On behalf of the entire workers of Bayelsa State, it is my pleasure to welcome Your Excellency, our performing miracle governor,
Senator Diri, and our working Deputy Governor, His Excellency Senator Lawrence, to this auspicious occasion. With great pleasure, we also welcome our amiable Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abraham Ngobre, and other members of the State House of Assembly here present. We equally acknowledge and welcome the esteemed presence of His Lordship, the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemeye, and His Lordship, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Justice Daniel Aya. In same vein, we recognize and welcome the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Nimbofa Ayawe, the Head of Service, Barrister Mrs. Bioblamaye Charles Oyema Emanai, the Chief of Staff, Government House, Pastor Dr. Peter Akpe, the newly appointed Honorable Commissioner of Labor, Employment and Productivity, Honorable Mrs. Ebiwo Koku Obiai, and other members of the State Executive Council here present. We are honored to have and also welcome the Chairman of the Bayelsa State Rulers Council, heads of security agencies, members of the Fourth Estate of veteran labor leaders, invited guests, and our dear workers here present. Significance of May Day celebration. This significance of May Day, also known as International Workers' Day celebration, cannot be overemphasized. It is a day set aside to weigh the and concentrate on the gains of the struggle and agitations for better working conditions, improved welfare, equity, social justice, protection of rights and privileges of workers, and dignity of labor. It is noteworthy that the struggle by workers for emancipation from the shackles of serfdom, oppression, and intimidation began as early as 1860, had enough momentum to force the 8-hour work hours with harsh and pitiable conditions. By countries had adopted May 1st as a day set aside to celebrate the milestones achieved in this struggle. In Nigeria, it was first recognized as a public holiday in 1980 in Kano State, but became officially domesticated nationally on May 1st, 1981. We are privileged on this day to celebrate ourselves as Nigerian workers, as no other group of persons can celebrate the Nigerian workers better than themselves. It affords us the privilege to take stock, make appraisal, and motivate ourselves, brace up, and be armed for the challenges ahead. Furthermore, no other day can be better used to show appreciation and strengthen the bond and partnership with our employers. The hopes and aspirations of our members are usually high, as many troops troop out just to hear the pronouncements from government. Here in Bayelsa State, it has been a story of joy and rejoicing as successive administrations, especially the prosperity government, has not disappointed the Bayelsa State workers since inception. The theme of this year's occasion is People First. This is very timely, as there is a very strong need for the government and leaders at all levels to begin to pay more attention to the needs of the average citizen. The survival of the people is crucial to any government or leadership. Democracy, as we all know, is defined as government of the people, for the people, and by the people. A government with people-centered policies and programs is bound to record greater successes and achievements as usual. Developments in any society are people-driven. In the face of daunting social, economic, and security challenges bedeviling the nation, it is only wise to think people first. The high level of inflation, which has caused increased level of hardship, pain, agony, etc., can better be appreciated if we think people. Government is expected to take steps to provide succor to the people. More citizens would be able to survive and weather the storm only when government become more sensitive and emphatic to the plight of people. Our miracle government has always displayed a fatherly disposition to the needs of Bayelsans. We must at this point express appreciation to Governor Diri for commencing the payments of wage award to workers in the state. In the last dispensation, several programs and policies were rolled out in the interest of a more prosperous Bayelsa. We are optimistic that more of such people-friendly policies and programs will be rolled out in this new dispensation prosperity government. It is our hope and prayer that the will always come first, and Bayelsa will always be the glory of all land. Appreciation. Organized labor in Bayelsa State is most sincerely grateful to Your Excellency, the Miracle Governor, for your kind and favorable disposition to the needs and aspirations of workers in the state. Your open door policies and swift response to most of our demands in the last 4 years is highly appreciated. Whilst we cannot exhaustively thank you for the numerous good works, very deserving of commendation includes regular and prompt payment of monthly salaries to workers and pensioners, regular conduct of promotions, exercise and implementation of promotions to various categories of workers, approval of successful implementation of wage award to all categories of local government workers, completion of the state secretariat curtain project, successful conduct of the local government election through the Bayelsa State Independent Electoral Commission BISEC, thereby fulfilling the law. Provision of adequate funding leading to the accreditation of various courses and departments of the Bayelsa State Medical University and other institutions in the state. Successful upgrade of the College of Nursing Bayelsa State to a degree awarding institution. The near completion of the NLC TUC State Secretariat Twin One-Story Building Project. Sustenance of the Bayelsa Health Insurance Scheme and Education Development Trust Fund, etc. The appointment of our own, a former NLC chairman, Honorable Ebuwo Koku Obiai, as Commissioner for Labor, Employment and Productivity. We believe in our ability to further strengthen the government and labor relations. Your Excellency, these are all very laudable projects and policies that have played administrative above several other states. We stand shoulder high when we meet with our colleagues and counterparts from other states in the Federation. We are indeed grateful to you for your proactive steps, especially in of committees to address workers' issues whenever the need arises. We are also grateful to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, for very supportive roles. While we remain grateful to you for all you have done and will continue to do for the welfare and well-being of the state and our teaming members, we crave your indulgence to please give ears to fresh demands we have come up with. It is worthy of note that as society advances and progresses, new challenges are bettered daily. Consequently, it is our prayer and hope that Your Excellency will again be favorably disposed to address the following pertinent issues: implementation of promotions and step increments. Our sincere gratitude goes to Your Excellency for the regular conduct of promotion exercises and implementation of promotions. However, we passionately appeal that the annual step increment be implemented promptly. A situation where steps increment are delayed for upward of 4 to 5 months is very worrisome. Review of wage award. Of implementation of wage award to the state workers, we passionately reviewed to 35,000 naira in tandem with the approval by the federal government. This appeal is on the premise that Bayelsa workers had always been at par with federal workers in terms of wages and emoluments. Also, an upward review will enable the workers to better tackle and surmount the economic hurdles currently being experienced. Also, we pray for the inclusion of pensioners in the payment of the wage award in the state. Furthermore, we appeal for adoption and implementation of the peculiar allowance approved by the federal government. A befitting new secretariat complex. A conducive working environment is a prerequisite for efficient performance and maximum productivity. The old state secretariat complex and annexes are all overstretched and lacks adequate modern facilities. To this end, organized labor craves the indulgence of Your Excellency to graciously consider the cost of new secretariat complex and offices to meet the increased well-equipped and world-class standard working in transportation system for workers. Organized labor and workers at large deeply grateful to Your Excellency for the maintenance of the civil servants' welfare buses, which convey workers for free to and through their offices on work days. It is worthy of note that the increased cost of transportation arising from the removal of subsidy have also increased the transportation demand for these few buses, which have been in use for so many years. Also, the construction of new roads in different parts of the state have created more routes and thus created need for more of these buses. It is therefore our humble appeal that new buses should be purchased and added to the civil servants' welfare buses under the supervision of the Office of the Head of Service. Mapping of already acquired land for civil servants. Once again, we appreciate Your Excellency for the provision and allocation of lands to civil servants at Agura and other parts of the state. It has become very necessary to inform that most of the beneficiaries who have also expressed gratitude to the state government for this kind gesture have been unable to access, secure, develop the spaces allocated to them. This is owing to the long delay in mapping and creating access road. It is our prayer, therefore, that directive be given to the relevant authorities to expedite action in mapping of the site to enable beneficiaries secure and take full possession of their plots. We also appeal for the approval of a new housing scheme for workers to address the housing gaps in the state. Implementation allowance subsidies for law officers. Organized labor passionately appeal to Your Excellency for the approval and implementation of earned statutory incentives, including rent subsidies and robbing allowances for officers at the Ministry of Justice. These accruals are said to have been pending since 2016 to date. Also yet to be paid, implemented are car grants expended since 2010. Then we appeal for the kind release of the second half of the 2023 conference allowance. Accruals span period 2026 to and 2022 to implementation of federal government approved harmonized retirement age of 65 years and 40 years of pensionable service for primary and secondary school teachers / education officers in the state. It is with deep sense of humility that we appeal to you, sir, to graciously consider the retirement age and pensionable years of service for teachers and the long. It is noteworthy that a law to this effect was passed and assented to by the former President Muhammadu Buhari for all teachers and education officers in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It may interest Your Excellency to note that all other states in the South except Rivers and Bayelsa have implemented this new retirement age. States like Osun, Ebonyi, Enugu, and several others have implemented the new age. We look forward to your kind approval for this implementation in Bayelsa State, as what is good for the goose is good for the ganders. Secondly, all teachers posted to rural areas do not have special benefits and allowances to motivate them to concentrate on their jobs in our rural communities. This has also contributed to the shortage or absence of teachers in our rural areas. To this end, we suggest that the state government create special rural allowance to boost the morale and enhance the commitment of teachers at our rural areas. Implementation of 30,000 naira minimum wage to local government workers, primary school teachers. Excellencies, it will interest you to know that whereas the state government workers have since enjoyed the implementation of the 30 naira minimum wage, local government primary school teachers are yet to benefit. We therefore passionately appeal that you graciously direct the implementation in 30,000 naira minimum wage category of workers. Special benefit of grade level 17 judiciary officers. Excellency, that despite the passage of the Judicial Workers Bill to law on the 5th of May 2020, been promoted from grade level 16 to 17 are yet to start receiving their financial benefit. It is therefore our humble request that a rank of director, court administrator, grade level 17 be captured in the judicial salary structure. Affected officers, including retirees on grade level 17, can start receiving actual salary of that grade level. Provision for basic facilities at the State Newspaper Corporation / Government Printing Press. The entire staff of the Bayelsa Newspaper Corporation have joined their counterparts the magnificent edifice built for the newspaper corporation. It's also very grateful for the implementation of their annual increment and the lack of modern printing machines and equipment is a major setback. Therefore, government is called upon to provide these facilities to ensure that printing jobs, including printing of the news waves, papers, calendars, notebooks, complimentary cards, are done at the government press. This will only the place also revenue to the state government. Provision, implementation of hazard allowance to sportsmen, other workers exposed to hazards while discharging their official duties. Excellency, sir, we are indeed grateful for your love and commitment to sports development in Bayelsa State, which is reflected in the improved funding and provision of sporting facilities. This is paid off in no small measures as the various teams have continued to perform excellently and made the state proud. This is our strong desire to continue to see the advancement of sports in the state. Hence, our passionate appeal for the approval of the provision, implementation of hazard allowance to cater for hazards, including injuries, incapacitations, losses, and other forms of dangers experienced by sportsmen on field. In a similar vein, the provision of hazard allowance is requested for forestry officers, tertiary workers, and all other categories of workers who experience different forms of hazard in the course of discharge of their official duty. The governing council of the Niger Delta University approved hazard allowances for workers at the Ivory Tower since 2019. However, this is not being implemented. Inclusion of the rent subsidy to Bayelsa State Fire Service paramilitary salary structure. Congress wishes to notify government. At the time approval was given for the consolidated parliamentary salary structure for staff of the Bayelsa State Fire Service, an omission was made during the capturing exercise. The rent subsidy was omitted from the salary structure. Consequently, upon this, we appeal that a directive be given for the inclusion of the rent subsidy by way of corrective measures. Request for assent of the bill passed for the International Institute of Tourism and Hospitality. We are pleased to draw your attention to the International Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Bill, which has long been passed into law by the Bayelsa State House of Assembly and submitted to your good office for assent. We understand that this law, if assented to, will change use of the institute, repositioning it as a polytechnic. This will qualify the institute to gain access to grants, aids, and subventions from TED Fund and other education intervention agencies. As it stands, the institution is limited in scope and therefore need the new law in order to operate as a polytechnic. Secondly, we kindly request for improved subvention for the institute to take care of staff recruitment, staff promotions, arrears, etc., etc. The institute has since inception operated without a governing council. In the line with global best practice, we humbly request the setting up of a governing council to aid the achievement of the objectives of the institution. Approval for implementation of promotion steps increment from 2019 to 2023 for tertiary institutions. Your Excellency is kindly requested to direct the implementation of an increment since 2019 for staff of tertiary institutions in the state. The committee set up by the governor had long submitted its report on this matter, waiting for approval for implementation. This will put these workers at par with their counterparts in the civil service and thus boost their morale and enhance greater productivity. Payment of outstanding salary arrears to payment of outstanding salary arrears instead workers at the Delta University and other higher institutions in the state. Congress remains eternally grateful to statement of disengaged staff at the Niger Delta University and other institutions. To say we are grateful for this kind gesture is an understatement. However, we pray that all outstanding salary and arrears to these workers be paid quickly to enable them cover lost grounds. We also humbly request that modalities be put in place to ensure that those amongst them who voluntarily retired are made to receive their gratuities without delay. Recall of sacked primary school teachers in Subeb. Congress is appealing to Your Excellency to recall primary school workers who were unjustly sacked in 2016. While staff of some tertiary institutions in the state with similar issues have been graciously recalled, primary school teachers are still suffering and wallowing in poverty. A special consideration is sought for these workers. Training and promotion of state forestry officers in the Ministry of Environment. Your Excellency is kindly called to note the predicament of workers at the Department of Forestry, Ministry of Environment, who since 2013 have not undergone any promotion exercise due to lack of training. Their job specification requires that they undergo specific forms of trainings before promotion. It will therefore gladden our hearts to see an approval for special training for these officers so they can be promoted. Timely payment of salaries to primary school teachers and pensioners. A passionate appeal has been made by our members in primary schools and pensioners to be paid their salaries at the same time with the state workers. They complained about getting paid their monthly salaries not less than 2 weeks after workers. Representation of NASU at the Subeb Board Management and the Education Authorities. Your Excellency, the non-academic staff union NASU appears to be the only stakeholder not represented at the Subeb Board's Management and the Education Authority. We therefore appeal for their inclusion and adequate representation in line with the provisions of the law. So it has been observed that since 2006, no single academic staff had been employed in the primary sector. Therefore, there are records that most of the over 200 public secondary schools in the state are without a single non-academic staff. Most of the retired officers and positions were left without replacement, hence the need for recruitment of this category of workers. Implementation of reviewed Con-S and extension of medical residency. Congress is appealing to governments to implement consolidated health salary structure for health workers as obtainable at the national level. In same token, the issue of extension of medical residency requires government's attention. The need for employment of more nurses and midwives and other health workers. The minimum standard of primary health care in Nigeria, as published by National Primary Health Care Development Agency, is 4 nurses or / midwives per primary health facility. Consequently, we appeal for the employment and deployment of more nurses and midwives, as well as health workers, especially to areas with limited manpower. Currently, more nurses are needed and health workers are needed by the hospital's management board. More nurses are needed by the hospital management board to man the general / cottage hospitals in the state. Also, Congress is humbly requesting for payment of retention allowance to nurses and midwives in the state to stem the tide of migration, also known as the Japa syndrome, to other states and abroad. This allowance is 15% of basic salary globally. Increase in funds set aside for payment of gratuity monthly. Congress will continue to express gratitude to Your Excellency for your consistency in setting aside 200 million naira monthly for the payment of gratuities to our pensioners, thereby giving hope and prolonging the days of our senior citizens. However, we passionately appeal that the be increased to 500 million naira monthly to reduce the long queue. Operational buses for Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. Your Excellency, we wish to humbly remind you of the promise of operational vehicles for the 2 chairmen and buses to the 2 labor centers 3 years ago. At the celebration of 2023 May Day, you directed the commissioners for transport and finance to raise a memo to that effect. It is instructive to note that the directive is yet to be effected. We therefore appeal to Your Excellency to graciously approve the release of the said vehicle to the NLC TUC. To our affiliate union leaders, we have been assured that some other demands not captured here will be addressed administratively. Weigh-in allowance for media workers working with the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. Once again, Congress expresses gratitude to the Prosperity Administration for the payment of outstanding way in allowance to all media and cultural workers in the state. However, we call for the payment of this category of media officers who were omitted. The outstanding payment is from 207 to 213 for media workers in the State House of Assembly. Implementation of outstanding relation allowance to staff of Isaac Jasper Borough College of Education, Sagbama. Congress wishes to remind the state government of the outstanding relocation allowance for staff of the Isaac Jasper Borough College of Education. Most of these staff used personal funds to move their facilities, belongings and official documents and equipment at the various times the college was relocated from Okpoma to Yenegua and later to Sagbama. Some staff who had no funds resorted to borrowing just to secure their jobs and preserve official documents and equipment. Several promises had been made to these workers in the past without fulfillment. Therefore, we appeal humbly that these outstanding allowances be implemented to see the workers' continuous embarrassment from their lands. Conclusion. Thank you, Your Excellency, for the time spent with us and for painstakingly listening to our address. We are optimistic that our demands will receive very favorable response. We will always remain grateful and also do our best to promote a cordial and harmonious working relationship with your administration. In collaboration with our teaming members, we will always ensure that the interest of the state comes first at all times. We shall continue to encourage, motivate, and inspire the teaming workers of Bayelsa State to imbibe great work ethics and be dedicated to productivity for the continuous advancement and progress of the state. We also thank His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, for always standing by you and ensuring that issues affecting workers and the civil servants are given priority attention. We pray for God's wisdom and strength to always be upon your excellencies as you steer the ship of the state. But before we get to the end of it, may we use this medium to inform. It's a typographical error. We wish to say here that the minimum wage that was included is included in error. It has been paid to local government workers. We equally extend our sincere appreciation to all government functionaries here present and to our royal fathers, elders, statesmen, and labor veterans. We owe you a bunch of gratitude. Thank you for your presence and for always standing by us. To members of the press, security agencies, and other stakeholders, we say thank you. Our dear comrades and the entire workers of Bayelsa State, we say thank you for your unflinching support, dedication, and commitment to the service of the state. We enjoin you to remain resolute, be assured of victory in this struggle. Thank you all for your attention. Long live Bayelsa State. Long live the Nigeria Labour Congress. Long live the Union Congress. Solidarity. Thank you and God bless, sir.
A copy of the address, of course, will be presented to His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State. As you've heard, it was quite an elaborate one. And I'm sure and as they are presenting the address, we also want to remind us that there's a special program, Workers' Day Hangout, and a raffle draw will also be held, and the prizes are going to be won: fridges, televisions, and other household items are going to be won. That will take place 3 o'clock at the banquet hall, which of course is a stone throw from this point.
And we would like to thank His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, for making this Workers' Day celebration a unique one. For years, we've been having celebrations of Workers' Day and pronouncements are made. But this year, 2024, apart from this celebration here at the Peace Park, there is a Workers' Day hangout organized by the government at a banquet hall. The time is 3 p.m. Some of you can attest that some raffle tickets have been handed out to some persons, but the rest of the tickets will be at the banquet hall by 3 o'clock, where you get to win prizes like television, like my co-MC said, and refrigerators. So please, 3 o'clock, all workers be at the banquet hall. Please, a round of applause for His Excellency.
Look at the raffle tickets. If you've not received, be at the banquet hall from 3 o'clock. You will have yours, and you could just be one of the lucky winners. At this point, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, having listened to that very elaborate presentation by the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress by Bayelsa State, it is my pleasure to invite our leader, our worker-friendly governor, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Diri, the miracle-performing People's Executive Governor by Bayelsa State, to step forward and address his people. Shall we please put hands together for him? A round of applause for His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State. A round of applause now. Put your hands together for him. Brapolo, 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 pere. Put your hands together. Clap for him.
Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Eyes on. Eyes on. Is all coming from come here? Great workers of Bayelsa State. Great workers of Bayelsa State. God bless you all. The Right Honorable Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, principal officers and members of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly here present, the head of service, the National Financial Secretary, the chairman of our party in the state, members of the Bayelsa State Executive Council that were newly inaugurated, the Chief of Staff and Deputy Chief of Staff, Government House, Local Government Council Chairman and their Vice Chairman, Your Royal Majesty King Bobaraye Dakolo, the Chairman of our Traditional Rulers Council, Service Commander present, Permanent Secretaries, the Chairman of the NLC and the TUC, our caucus Chairman, Chairman of government-owned boards and parastatals and agencies and commissions, elders and senior citizens of Bayelsa State, other top government functionaries here present, and more importantly for today, the great workers of Bayelsa State. invited guests, members of the fourth estate of the realm, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Anua, Anua. I'm happy to be part of you today. This beautiful day, set aside worldwide to honor the unparalleled dedication, resolute commitment, and selfless sacrifices of the indomitable workforce. I am filled with immense gratitude and profound joy to you today in celebration at the start of my second term in office as governor. I'm fully persuaded, like Paul will put it, and proud to say that the workers of our great state of Bayelsa are undoubtedly ranked among the most outstanding workforce in Nigeria. Workers, as we know, are the backbone, the lifeblood, and the unshakable foundation on which our state of Bayelsa is built and will continue to be built. Pay the highest tribute to your tireless efforts and your unyielding contributions towards the progress and all development of our beloved state. And be rest assured that your labor and devotion to duty will never be in vain. Today, the Nigerian worker, like so many of our fellow citizens, face a myriad of daunting challenges and formidable difficulties on the economy, insecurity, and a host of other social maladies. You have my firm assurance that I will stand shoulder to shoulder and side by side with you in solidarity through these difficult times. The indomitable spirit of confronting and overcoming adversity has long defined the unparalleled character and remarkable temperament of our workforce. Therefore, I am not merely confident, but I am persuaded again that positive times will come very soon. Our resilience will prevail, our determination will triumph, and we will emerge stronger and more prosperous than before. With this year's theme of our Workers' Day celebration, which I believe is very apt, and of course, there is nothing any government can do without the people. And the theme is apt and appropriate. People first. It is brilliantly captured, and the steadfast obligation and unfaltering dedication that our government of prosperity has demonstrated towards the people of Bayelsa State. This theme eloquently encapsulates the guiding principle and driving force behind all that we have strived to accomplish in our first term in office. My fellow workers, let us embrace this theme wholeheartedly, for it speaks directly to the very heart and soul of our collective mission. For the government of prosperity, it is always the people first. This should not be merely a slogan, but a solemn pledge that our government has made to you as a workforce. And I pray that you make same solemn pledge to our brothers and sisters, the people of Bayelsa State. This administration has been unwavering in placing the well-being, the interests, and the aspirations of Bayelsa people at the absolute front of every decision, every policy, and every initiative that we have undertaken, as attested to by the NLC and the TUC, even in their own address. Time and time again, we have demonstrated our solid vow to empowering the workforce of our state with the tools, the resources, and the support necessary to thrive in your roles and fulfill your vital responsibilities. We have prioritized your welfare and we will continue to prioritize your welfare, your job security, and your professional development, because we firmly believe that when our workers succeed, when our workers are happy, we have succeeded as a government, and the people of the state will also be happy. I have always asked for your synergy and your understanding. And I like to appreciate the workforce of Bayelsa State for synergizing and working in harmony with the government of the day. Please clap for yourselves. Together, we are building a Bayelsa State of our dreams, a beacon of hope, a model of progress, and a testament of the power of coming together as one, the unity of purpose. The tangible evidence of this fruitful collaboration is that abundantly we have made it clear for all to see in the plethora of transformative legacy projects that now span the length and breadth of our state, touching the lives of all Bayelsans. My dear friends and comrades, let us continue to work together so that the future of our state will be established. The future begins today. The future is ours, and we must continue to build the future of our state. And the beauty of our dreams is the very foundation upon which we shall build the future of Bayelsa State for our children tomorrow, and even children yet unborn. Let us pour out our hearts and souls into the work that lies ahead of us, and let us march boldly towards the realization of our most cherished aspirations. Having said this, let me now come over to the demands and requests. of Bayelsa State. Implementation of annual step increment. I have already given approval to this for implementation. And so, hold your peace. It will be implemented as soon as possible. Befitting secretariat. I think the NLC is trying to take certain things out of me. They have heard through the witches and the angels of Bayelsa State what was in my heart and what I have decided to do in this container. I've waited patiently after my inauguration for a second term to get my cabinet together. And even though we are not full yet, but we have a cabinet. And when we sit, one of those things that I have as a legacy that I want to leave behind in my second tenure is to build another secretariat complex. And so that demand is already there. In fact, I can let you know that we have even started work on it by way of designs from the ministry. And so very soon as the Executive Council is convened, that memo will come to the State Executive Council. We will commence the process of constructing a new befitting secretariat. Improved transportation for workers. I agree with you. We have built more roads in Yenagua and even to our very close communities. I understand that some people even come to work from Angiama community and all the neighboring communities of Agobri and close communities. I agree that the transportation system have to be improved. And therefore, the head of service and the Honorable Commissioner for Works will again look into it. Let's know the existing number of transport buses we have and the ones we can add to make life very, very reasonable for our workers. Mapping of already acquired lands for civil servants. Consistent with our People First agenda, we will keep expanding the roads network to cover all areas of the state. And therefore, I direct that those areas be mapped out. Robe allowances. This, again, is now directed to the Honorable Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General to raise a memo for approval. Financial benefits of grade level 17 judicial officers again is referred to the Ministry of Labor, Productivity and Employment and the Ministry of Justice and the head of service for further action. Provision of facilities at the State Newspaper Corporation. In line with our policy of providing state-of-the-art facilities. You know, we have already done that with Radio Bayelsa. We have done also with the NDTV, with our new complex that is incomparable across the 36 states of Nigeria. We will again not also leave out the newspaper corporation. And so we shall look into that. And this second tenor, I'd like to assure you that you will have better state-of-the-art facilities. Inclusion of rent subsidy to state fare service. This matter is hereby referred to the head of service and Honorable Commissioner for Labor, Employment and Productivity. Payment of outstanding salary arrears to reinstated staff. Let me also thank you for appreciating the fact that we have reinstated those who are wrongly dismissed from service. And having reinstated them, from that day, I did advise that we have to work out the agreed arrears. And so, those arrears will be negotiated. We have started and commenced their payment, their monthly payments, but the arrears will be negotiated. And so the Honorable Commissioner, Labor and Productivity, the head of service, should go ahead and negotiate the arrears and bring it to my attention. Training and promotion of state forestry officers, Ministry of Environment. Is the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Environment here? Permanent Secretary, Minister of Environment. He or she is absent? Head of Service? Head of Service? Issue a query to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Environment. Listen. Now listen. Except on permission. Except on permission. Whenever you have a governor's engagement, it takes precedence over everything. My deputy governor is not here because I delegated him to lead a delegation to Ottawa with ambassadors from other countries that are here. And so if there is a governor's engagement, it takes precedence over every other engagement. And I cannot imagine that the permanent secretary will not be there on a workers' day. Well, for now, we don't have a commissioner of environment, so the permanent secretary and the head of service should look into this and then advise my office about the several forestry officers that we have and their training and their operation. I'm very interested in this because forests have been deforested. On a daily basis, timber business is thriving in our state. And we are poised to stop that in this second tenure. so that we know if we should even recruit more necessary guards and officials to ensure that our forests will come back to where they were before we took over. Implementation of reviewed CONHES and extension of medical residency. This matter is referred to the head of service and the ministries of health, labor, and productivity. Weigh-in allowance for media workers in the House of Assembly. Again, this is also referred to the Ministry of Labor and the clerk of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly for further action. I am equally not very happy that some pronouncements I made on Labor Day for the past 2 years have not been implemented. Well, the luck some of them will have is that some of them are not commissioners. If not, today I would have also welded the stick against some of them. But the Commissioner for Labor, working with the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Transport, and the Head of Service, I want the buses that I have approved over 2 years for the NLC and the TUC to be procured in not later than 2 months' time. Head of Service, Transport, Labor, Productivity, and the Honorable Commissioner for Finance. Well, you also asked for increase in funds set aside for payment of gratuities. You people first thank us too now. For 10 years, nobody was paying gratuity. Where are the senior citizens of the state? Are you happy? Are you happy? All of you there, have you received your gratuities? Those of you who have received your gratuities, there, stand up. And you are all shouting, no. Black people. More than half of you have received there, and you are all shouting, no. Well, you are aware that every month we set aside 200 million for the payment of our senior citizens. Head of Service, Commissioner for Finance, will again look into it and advise me if there should be any further increase. Well, some of these issues of allowances for relocation of staff of the Isaac Borough College of Education will be referred to the Head of Service and the Honorable Commissioner for Labor and Productivity. Because these issues, as you know, are issues of 2016 and 2018 or thereabout. I believe that generally I have addressed most of the requests. Most of the requests. Please listen to me before you react. I said most of the requests. It follows that I have not addressed all of them. That is the English interpretation. So when you say no, 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 I am right. Because I know where I'm going to. And I know where you are also going to. I'm not unaware of the challenges which I stated in my address. As a result of policies of the federal government and the hardship that we all have faced as workers, and the demand for increase in minimum wage. I'm not unaware. And we have been waiting patiently to hear from the committee set up by the federal government that also included the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. But I haven't heard from the federal government. I hereby set up a committee of the head of service, the commissioner of finance, the chief of staff government house, the Honorable Commissioner for Labor, Employment and Productivity, to be headed by the Secretary to the Government of Bayelsa State. Now, whether you shout no or yes, this is my prerogative. To immediately look into what the federal government has done and see the possibility of domiciling it in Bayelsa State. This committee is given up to the end of May, this month May, to submit their reports. We have some governors that have said their own minimum wage will be 70. We want to work on why our own should be in any figure, particularly against the background that our workforce in Bayelsa have been receiving salaries and wages at par, mostly with only the federal government of this country. And so we are not equating ourselves with any other state for now. We want to work out modalities and the reality so that our finances will carry. And as you know me, I will not announce a wage increase and will not implement it. For whatever wage increase I announce, it will be implemented. My dear workers and workforce of the Bayelsa State government, you know that you are the engine room of this government, and you have done so well. We have succeeded because you have done so well. Wherever we go, people commend the Bayelsa State government. In infrastructure, we have done so well. And I say, you have done so well. In human capacity building, we have done so well. And I say, you have done so well. And therefore, you will continue to keep it up. You will continue to keep it up. And you will not go below. Rather, you will go above what we have succeeded to do in our first tenure in office. The remaining 3 years plus will be walk, walk, walk. And again, I ask and request that you continue to give us your understanding. You continue to put in your best to ensure that by Elsa's end of 4 years, we can see the legacy that we have left behind in 8 years, 2 terms, 10 of this government. Once again, I'd like to thank all the workers of Bayelsa State. I appreciate all of you, the leadership of the NLC and the TUC. Before I close, I hereby direct the Honorable Commissioner for Finance to release whatever funds that are left for the speedy completion of the NLC house. And I want to commission that house in the next 2 months. The NLC Secretariat has been on for quite some time, and I thought that by now it should have been completed. And I thought we would have commissioned it, but unfortunately, Edo State has now taken the first of commissioning an NLC Secretariat and naming it after Adams Oshomole. But that notwithstanding, we have to also complete our own, inaugurate it so that the NLC and TUC will have a secretariat, a functional secretariat for that matter. Thank you all. May God bless Bayelsa State, bless the NLC and the TUC, bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we please once again put hands together for His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State. Just before we take the national anthem, just to remind the teaming workers here that May Day 2024 is different and special. Courtesy the benevolence of His Excellency, we are going to be having the Workers' Day Hangout at the banquet hall from 3 o'clock. And please, there'll be music,